Oh yeah, so we can post them in the YiiK
Womp
cord
womp.
as well.
The YiiK cord and the YiiK Twitter and the all the other YiiKs.
Yeah. I tried to get some backup guests, but pretty much everyone I know lives in Texas apparently.
So everyone's snowed in. Yeah, we actually did have someone plan today. I mean, I don't really want to announce it because there's a chance they'll show up next week.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to try to keep it
They,
a bit of a surprise, but yeah, they couldn't show up, unfortunately. I
but when
can
it
go
does
ahead, go
happen,
ahead.
it'll
Sorry.
be rad.
I can give a little bit of a hint. I don't think this is too specific. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll just do it anyway. People can figure it out. Uh, they are a voice actor on Doctor Stone, so if you can work that out, then congratulations. You have too much time on your hands.
That's some light Yagami thinking if you can figure out from that complex clue.
Exactly.
Is it Yagami or Yagami? I've only ever read it.
I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
it would be
Oh,
Yagami. Yagami.
cool.
But us Americans, we just kind of like put all the sounds together real quick, so all the Japanese words that we say just sound weird. We're not used to it, you know. In fact, I even living in Japan on base, I remember the first time anyone told me about manga. They called it manga, and I called it manga for the longest time because of that guy.
I think pretty much everyone did until
Right,
that was a common.
until the wholesome weebs went and saved the Americans.
right. So, who else has been playing Valheim this week? Just me, or?
Ooh, yeah, I spent like a good amount of time playing that game.
I've been hooked on it all week. I don't like games like this normally, like Minecraft and Terraria and stuff. I had a little stint where I liked them, but I don't know. I guess I just got old and slow, so I can't. I just really struggle to pick those kind of games up. But they have just enough sort of quality of life stuff in Valheim that I'm down. I'm totally down. It's more of an RPG than a survival game, which is why I like it.
I
What
think
game are you talking about?
It's called
Valheim.
it's called Valheim. It's a Viking craft.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just looked it up.
It
base.
has a really cool low poly style too.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and they actually have some really good looking. How do I put this? Like, there's a good mesh of whatever it is they do with the graphics there, to where if you look out in the distance, sometimes it's just the landscape's just beautiful, beautiful looking. Excuse me.
Yeah, it has like a foliage system and lighting system that's like more similar to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, actually. But when you get up close, it's like even that stuff's low poly and like pixelated and stuff. Really interesting.
Yep.
I think they really got a winner on their hands here, because I know after stream I'll probably be playing that, and maybe streaming it depending on who's on the the stream with me. We'll see. But I streamed some
Is
of that
this
last
early
night too.
access or is this out?
This is early
Um,
access, but for $20, I mean, kind of you definitely get your money's worth. I kind of feel like.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, considering I like when I first played it, I played it for like 12 hours straight. So
Yeah, it's
it was
so
a good time.
so addicting. Let me get the game going here. I think I'm done posting all the things and the stuff. Yeah, I've been playing a ton of that. I played some of the medium. I'm probably halfway through that.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
looks
how is that?
cool. What are you planning on PC?
Yeah, I'm playing on Game Pass on PC. Dude,
Cool.
I really almost hit play on Valheim again. It's just right there in front.
How did that get there?
Just keeps pulling you back in.
Just keeps, yeah, I'm trapped. Um, Medium's interesting. I was sort of hoping it would be more like a survival horror game. It's closer to, I don't know, like a walking simulator plus a little bit of clock tower. It's more of a story game than anything, which is fine, you know.
So what parts of Clock Tower does it take, and what parts of Walking Sim does it take?
Most of it is, I would say, is just sort of like linear storytelling with some environmental puzzles here and there. And there's like uh, one enemy that I've actually had to deal with so far, and he just kind of pops in and out here and there in pre-scripted areas.
Can you fight it, or do you have to run away from it?
You have to run away from it.
Ah.
Yeah, not super fun. I mean, the story's decent though. It's a good game. It's just it moves really slow. That's sort of my whole issue with games like that. It's really beautiful too. I think they did a great job in the art and everything. Oh,
Yeah, it looks cool, especially the dual rendering. It looks very impressive.
why is this thing not showing up? Oh, I forget. I keep forgetting I have to actually click into it, I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's that beautiful title screen. And I do mean that. This is one of my favorite title screens. It's so cool.
You know, Brian and I had a breakthrough on the new title screen for 1.5. Like we had an idea what we were gonna do, but we had a better idea, and I think it's gonna be pretty enticing.
Palanaquia from another Discord server that I'm on says, "Hey, how's it going? It's going great. It's going great. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it." And we're just kind of letting people come in here before I go full speed, full speed ahead.
Now, is this
Where
the
were
same guy as in Windtown?
One more time.
Is
Oh,
this
this
the
guy?
same guy in Windtown? Yeah.
I mean, it's the same model. I don't think it's the same guy. Although we do usually use unique models, so maybe it's the same guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But it's interesting because that means he only travels here when Alex does. Interesting.
This Alex's dad. This
He's
Alex's
just
dad.
following him.
Yeah, I mean,
To just ask questions as if I didn't make the game. That's going to be my shtick for the stream.
pretty good.
You see, I thought
does
I
line up
definitely thought you were
with
setting me
dialogue.
up. That would. Okay, maybe this sounds dumb. That would have to be Rory's dad, right, or stepdad?
Not necessarily. I would say it's not. I would say it's just a client of his mother.
Yeah, I was about to say with Candy's line of work, or yeah, he'd have a lot of people.
Girl at the piano, who I'm sure is an exceptional person, says, "I like how convenient the bus stop is." Yeah, it's almost like the world revolves around whatever this guy has to do. It's so strange. I wonder why that is.
I just remembered who that is. Yes, I'm sure they are also. I'm also sure that they're an exceptional person.
That's my wife, in case like people listen to this and think I'm being a weirdo.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Record stop. Yeah. Come on, I'm starving. Okay. True facts. Aquia says, "I'm digging the art style of this game so far." Me too, and that's why I bought it at first.
Thank you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you can thank Brian, who's also on stream. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
he did all this fantastic 3D art.
Yeah, Brian made every single asset in the game, like with the exception of like one or two textures that are like homages to things that already existed. He made all of it and programmed the game, so that's pretty insane.
Tons of work.
Pretty pog, as the kids would say.
I still don't know. I 100% know what that means, but I think I do.
What do you say? Pog?
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
it
what is-
means. I think it means cool for the hip kids these days.
Yeah, it's just a
Right.
new form of epic.
Epic.
But why is it
Dope.
Pog? Why is it sometimes Poggers?
Because it's PogChamp. There's
This is
a
not
Twitch
getting
streamer.
better.
Yeah, this is harder
Hold on.
to understand. From what I understand, PogChamp is like a streamer or something.
It's a Twitch emote.
Yeah, but it came from an event or something.
Yeah,
It's
we don't talk about that guy.
Okay, well, I'll just let that sit there.
Oh, I think Cheryl is going to join us. I think
Okay.
she got
Yeah.
work early, so.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It was mentioning that she wanted to join us.
Throw her into the group. She can hop on.
I will also add my friend Ali, who.
Boomer's on stream figuring out slang. I'm 29 years old. I'm not a boomer yet.
True facts.
We're boomers at heart. Hey, well, you know, if we're boomers, it means that like we probably actually benefited from the economy, so that's cool.
That is true.
Never mind then.
That's the true test.
Well, dude, that's gonna be a Bitcoin in 20 years. Just like, oh, those freaking boomers and their Bitcoin.
Oh man, like not to be that guy, but did everyone see what Bitcoin hit today?
54.
Holy crap!
54. Welcome to the crypto stream. I love talking about this crap. I hate it. This is how I know I'm old, because I'm talking about money. And I like it.
Crypto's not money.
It will be.
crypto's-
Well, no, see, it eats all the money and becomes more valuable than money.
Yes.
And it doesn't even have a physical form. It's crazy. It's the biggest magic trick of our age.
Exactly. Dogecoin only lives in my heart.
Dogecoin.
Dude, Bitcoin's at 55.
What?
$55,000. That's insane.
And only, what, let's see, it's February, back in December, I think it was. It was at 19, maybe?
Absolutely wild.
This is wild.
I see it going to 60 or 100 or a million in the next 6 hours. That's my hot take.
I'll take $1 million. So in $9 more
Sounds
I would have gotten. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. $9 more I would have gotten 200 off of it. That's that's wild. And I just started putting into this.
Somebody, speaking of YiiKGang, somebody pointed out something about Rory's character that I subconsciously did, but noticed after I wrote it that Rory always ends his lists in like a kind of like joke comment or like a light-hearted comment.
Where he's like trying to not seem too serious.
Yeah.
I think it feeds into like his character of kind of being, pretty insecure.
So
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's interesting when writing these guys because like I don't have like a list of how they talk. It's just kind of how they talk in my head, and when I'm typing it up, I kind of just like channel it like a medium.
as you do when writing dialogue.
Yeah, I mean you have to try. And then sometimes your connection to the soul space where the characters actually exist is inhibited by something.
Yeah, no, I feel that when I was writing that script, I couldn't really find those characters in the soul space, so I just kind of had to guess, like what their personality would be. It's been rough, man. It's been a rough year, and it just started.
Damn.
Damn indeed.
Yeah, a lot of times if it's hard to write dialogue, it's because you probably don't know what's supposed to happen in the scene.
Yeah,
That's what I've kind of figured out.
I had
Girl
to
at the
write
piano.
this twice, so if that tells you anything. Is that the golden alpaca on the poster behind the music nerd?
It's not the golden alpaca, it's just golden alpaca lake, isn't it?
It's
Whoa.
it's the ugly duck. And these
I wonder-
same posters are always in this music store. They're like a franchise or something.
Yeah, I think they must be.
They're also interesting though because they all really do evoke something like Does that say blue SARS, or is that? Can you go back in there?
It probably does, knowing me.
Let's take a
Wow.
look. Let's
Okay.
take a look.
Cool.
Say rich city. See,
Yeah, like I don't know like what possessed any of the words like written on any of these. I just kind of made them.
I like Treeborns. Treeborn sounds like a cool band.
Yeah.
sounds like an
I'd
indie
listen to
band
Treeborns.
that looked that early 2000s.
Ugly
Obviously.
is a grunge band, that's for sure.
Sex
Actually,
Magic is
no.
just a modern day band, to be
Canonically,
honest.
I'm making this up right now. Canonically, Ugly Duck sounds like Soundgarden meets Savage Garden. It's a fusion of those two sounds.
Blue SARS. I've never noticed that till you just brought it up a minute ago. Never even looked at that poster. That's funny.
Fake YiiK fan, SMH.
Yeah.
I like Mon Plus. Oh, Brian, did you predict COVID? Is that the COVID virus?
That's what I was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
that's what I was gonna go into. Is like, well, look at that, and then a year later we get that and Death Stranding. It's almost like they work together.
Whoa.
This
I think
guy and
whatever
Kojima.
Mima's listening to has a higher budget than ours.
Flagship stores in Flagtown, correct? I think. Yeah. I kind of want to go into this VHS store. Can I do that? Sure can't. Anything back here? Doesn't look like it. Oh man. Alright, let's go to Flagtown.
I love the pawn shop. We buy inventory items.
Oh, I may have already asked this, but there's a the pawn shop in Frankton. There's like this weird like filter when you walk in. Actually, I think it stays that way the whole time you're in there.
Yeah.
Is there any reason for that?
It's supposed to feel like seedy. Like the film grain is supposed to make it feel like a pawn shop.
Like maybe this place isn't exactly on the level.
Yeah.
Like it might not be like a really good pawn shop.
I expect to be able to get something important from that place eventually. I want to be paying attention after this playthrough.
I think the most important thing you can get there is to have a pog.
They do have a pog. I forgot about that. I got all the pogs and I got like $100 for it.
I really like how all of these towns just ended up being like Pokemon towns. It's basically how they're laid out.
Especially Mountain Town.
Oh, especially Mountain Town, yeah.
Especially Mountain Town. That was my first question about Mountain Town, was like, is this a Pokemon reference? Absolutely. Even the music, I think, right?
I don't know. I didn't write the music for for Mountain Town, so I don't know what the. I'm guessing Pokemon was probably what they were drawing from.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Jose wrote the music for Mountain Town.
I actually really like this this place.
I love that when you walk in
The
here,
larger one.
that like all of the characters go and sit down or are doing something.
I came
Something
out
I
of the
follow.
internet. Alex exists as an enigma.
Oh yeah,
Out
I
of
wish I had done
cyberspace.
that more, honestly.
I'm guessing it wasn't you who posted there, was it? Haven't you somebody posted a photo of this record jacket. They said it had something to do with
I heard a noise. What was that?
What do you know about
Cheryl here?
Oh.
Someone when they came back.
I had to pop out and pop back in because you guys all turned into robots.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, I know that. I know that feel.
It wasn't that we started sounding really garbled. We just started saying beep boop bop, and he was like,
Yeah, I was like, something's got to be fucky right now.
Yeah, this is the bad scene I'm getting at.
Beep boop.
There's this old guy.
Boop bop.
He's on a mountain south of here. He's a real chill guy.
Alright, time to go talk to Mark.
But he's bound to have. Hey,
Everyone's favorite character.
come here, man.
Yeah. The guy with the longest, probably the longest monologue in the game.
That can't be true, can it? It's pretty long, but
You wanna come with us?
I feel like it is, but I could be wrong. I just remember thinking it was really long.
It's a bit of a hike. Head to the
But
mountains south
I listened to it. I drank his damn tea.
expensive ass tea.
Mm-hmm.
You choked on it.
Oh.
What does that sign say? M.A. Magnetic Wolf? Nice.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh, I don't
That's
see
one of
it.
those that's in everything, I think. That's my favorite kind of wolf, personally.
I really like the crying face.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
put
that one would actually be good for a real album.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that should just be an album cover. Mario. Why is there a skull
yeah.
here? That looks important.
Oh yeah, if you have the monster whistle, you can cause an encounter over there.
Alright, I'll pay attention to that. Probably do it later or during New Game Plus. I don't know when the best time to do all the side stuff is. I guess it'd be the calendar time, huh? Or the, you know, near the end of the game. Pogs, man. See, these are the real Pogs. That guy looks a little surprised about something. Alright.
wish that we could have made individual Pog models for all of them, and you can inspect them and like rotate their models around.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I'm still working on the hit
I'm sure they
mobile
would look
game.
just as cool as the posters in the music store.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go see if I can get. I probably can't, but probably get like a better sword and hula hoop. All that zoom in. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out for when I was writing the guide about when the best or where you get the best equipment for them. Before was it?
What is Pikuniku?
It's
It's very cool. Got great music.
it really does.
That's on the
Before
PS3.
the Goth and a D fight.
I actually have to leave, I think. Yep. Where's Mount Town? It's been a while.
If you go to like southeast, you can
You can go to the
other direction.
This is the furthest I've been in this game since it came out. So it's been a long time. King Rats, bro. Let's go.
I think my favorite detail of all of Y2K is Alex's spiky cloud hair on the overworld.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best thing in the game.
Or the flannel
Yeah, that's
jacket.
pretty fun.
Though I'm personally a fan of the rat crown here.
Yeah, crown enemies are pretty good.
So did you guys watch that Nintendo Direct?
I
I
did.
did.
So what do you think about that Smash character?
I thought it was great.
Can't
Thought
wait
it
to
was the
play
best.
as. I can't wait to play as waifu Mon. Admittedly, that is one big reason I did not play Xenoblade 2. I was like, well, this game looks really great and all, and then I found out it was basically just a waifu collector. Or that's what it looked like anyway. I was like,
I don't see a problem.
It seems like you can ignore that aspect of it, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm gonna pick it
Yeah,
up
I
one
heard
day.
There is a entire gotcha mechanic with like spawning different other swords other than like the main character swords.
Right, but it doesn't seem like you have to use them, right?
Yeah.
You do not. You can beat the whole game without it, but you should because it's fun.
Right. And
gonna
you
have
don't
to
pay
do
real
it.
money for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that whenever I finally get around to beating the first game, which I bought back in May when it came out.
I
On
beat the
Switch.
first game. I still have to play that one.
Michael.
From what I
They're both
understand,
great.
yeah, from what I understand, the first one's like really, really good.
The
Yeah,
first
I
one,
enjoyed it.
the first one's probably the better of the two, but like there's something really charming about the second game. I played the first one on first time I went to Japan. I played most of the game on the flight there and back on 3DS.
Yeah, there's a poo emoji sort of thing in this game. That's right. It's funny. The smile enemy, which you see at the beginning of the game, that was, I think it was last time they brought it up. That was supposed to be the stand-in for the slime, basically. And you'll see a lot of those sort of JRPG tropes, sort of poked fun at in this game. I would have thought the poo was, to be honest.
You would think. I wouldn't want that to be like the standard enemy that you're constantly fighting the.
Agreed.
You'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it seemed a little tasteless. Plus, I think the poo came later on.
It did.
In the sewer, I believe.
Yeah, but just like in terms of development, I don't. I think we made that enemy probably near the end.
That should probably.
Like
I don't know,
nothing
I got-
developed like sequentially. I mean,
Yeah, I think
kind
it
of.
might. I would say like maybe middle or early middle. Like I don't think it was like one of the last ones.
Got a Conker's Bad Fur Day reference here in chat. I am the great mighty Pooh.
Exactly.
That's another game I never actually got to beat. I played a good bit of it a few years ago, but I never beat it.
Yeah, you missed the part where they plagiarized the Matrix.
Or the war bit. I seem to remember something about that.
Can you really plagiarize the Matrix when well, you know.
I'm guessing that was seeped in irony.
Ah!
Well, I just see a lot of people complaining that the Matrix took like a bunch of ideas from a bunch of stuff, and I don't know.
That's the typical
Oh, is that
Gen
just
X.
stuck there forever? I've never lost. Oh, that
Yeah, you
sucks.
just walked out.
Well, that's a stat point I'm not getting.
Yeah, I got.
He shot like 3 bullets at the same time. Oh,
I am sorry. I did not know you were here.
apparently these are important.
Knocked. I was in the back room in the stacks.
Oh,
As you can see,
love-
no one visits here. No one except the dungeon master.
Never actually played it myself, but I know that part.
He has
Yeah, that's kind of
visited
a
almost
it's kind of a
every-
meme in that game, to be honest.
Excuse me, but perhaps
An old
you're
meme, but
mistaking
yeah.
us for another floor? This is the library. I can't imagine you're here to read all these old books. Only the dungeon master is allowed to read them anyway. Forgive me, I hate to be rude, but I'll need you to remove your glasses. Only the dungeon master is allowed to see. You understand, right?
Wouldn't Alex
Anyway,
be the dungeon
why
master?
have you come? What can I do for you?
It's a good question.
Just a thought.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't.
Come to visit me? Oh.
I'm not legally
Well,
allowed to answer that.
the company.
It's
Usually,
either
it's
Alex
something
or it's
below.
Alex,
That's his job, you know. What? Someone? I don't know what that means.
which means
Never
me,
met you, as you
'cause I am
know,
also
in
Alex.
this dungeon of the
And
monk,
so are you.
seem to be among the things I
and you in
love.
chat.
Of course, what I want doesn't matter. Only what the
I
dungeon
feel like there's a
master
Star
wants.
Wars meme or a quote where Obi-Wan Kenobi is like from a certain point of view, but I can never remember what the scene is. And if it exists, I wish I quoted it just now.
Google it.
I love the I love the line in there where Crow says, "I want to have met you before."
Before
I'm
right
happy you
now.
appreciate that one.
You know I appreciate everything.
Oh, duh. I can't read.
There's a lot of one little lines here and there that I think expose a lot about the game, but they're easy to miss.
Yeah. No, I agree. Whenever I have to chat with people about the game, it's usually what I point out. I'm like, yeah, but they just said it.
Yeah, I mean, I won't fault people for
Yeah.
not paying attention to every single line. That can be your job. I mean, I won't do it.
I'm certainly not doing it. That's why we have Hellkrai.
I'm pretty good at it. So are those rocks or what's for sale?
I think it's that tent.
The subtle Ghostbuster reference over there.
The Ghostbusters plagiarism.
Plagiarism? What? No, we don't know what that is. I don't know what that word means. Ghost harassers.
I don't know if harassers is a synonym for busters.
Ghost
I think
botherers.
it's apt. I think it's apt for the story of this game, though.
Yeah.
Oh man. So in my Discord group, we tend to play a few different games here and there, and one of those games was Phasmophobia. And I played it. I was playing it in VR specifically, which is fucking terrifying. But we were watching what is that show? Gravity Falls, and they were making fun of those ghost hunting shows, and it just said, you know, after this commercial, we'll be back to ghost harassers or something like that. And we just me and my wife just bust out laughing because we've been playing Phasmophobia. We shared that like immediately. But yeah, this is us, because when we played the game, we would get so frustrated because you could like call out the name of the ghost to sort of bug it and try to get it to do things. And it got to the point where we'd literally be like, "Get out here, you little bitch!" Just be like calling his name out and stuff. So that's basically what we were doing. We were harassing the hell out of the ghosts, and we died for that.
As you should. I mean, what?
That game is really interesting, I must say.
I definitely have to try it at some point. I know I promised you forever ago I would, but just so busy all the time.
Oh no, I totally understand. And when we do, we'll get your screams on camera.
Nice. It's been a very long time since a video game has made me scream.
That one might, legitimately.
I think the last game to make me scream was probably Splatoon 2.
In Fury? Or Joy?
No, it's just, you know, I turn it on and I just scream into the void.
Oh, and there's someone that followed me yesterday, Usojin. Thank you for the follow, by the way. And he says more like ghost buggers. I agree. Yeah. Any number of ghost annoyance words we can use here. Yeah, I think you would enjoy that whenever you get around to it, though. Speaking of which, am I the only VR guy in here? Is that just me? Or?
I mean, I have VR. I just don't have it set up at the moment.
I recently saw this new thing came out called Chill Out VR. It's sort of like VR chat except way more optimized. And that's recently become available to the public. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting on that. Maybe streaming it. I don't know. It's sort of a terrifying thing to stream something like VR chat. Because you never know what people are gonna do or say on there.
Oh, just because of all the bannable opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of gamer words and stuff.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's a shame we don't have technology to deal with that in real time.
Yeah, some kind of
Kind of a
Kind
great
of-
streamer filter you can turn on.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. Because
I mean, it'd
I'm
be great, I think.
legitimately I'm legitimately
It did,
not
it
that
did
great
sound
at
sarcastic, though, didn't it?
this. Maybe I should read what this guy has to say.
If
Yeah,
you
people find
want the
this.
solution, I can tell you.
Go for it.
Uh,
Oh,
just
no,
go
I got it.
up
I
that-
got it. I just wasn't paying attention. I saw the chest. I was just going straight for the chest.
You were blinded by greed.
I was blinded by speed. For anybody watching who thinks I don't care about the game, it's really not that. These guys are busy and I really do my best not to keep them as much as I can. And this is week 4 of this, so.
We're making good progress, though. I mean, for me, it always feels like once you hit Vela's dungeon, the game just goes by really fast.
I think you're right. Because even in my first playthrough, it was pretty quick. Oh, speaking of, is the trivia bug fixed? I'm guessing it is.
You mean in... Yeah, it is in the latest patch, yeah.
Okay.
Which, blinded by
No.
speed, what other drugs do you take?
Cocaine. I mean, what? I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. They're bad. Yeah, that was the one bug that got me back when the game first came out. Everything else was fine though.
Yeah, that was definitely the worst bug the game shipped with, for sure.
Right. It's like, damn it.
So
I'm doing
close.
everything right but this one thing. Let me restart.
You have my most sincere apologies that you had to deal with that.
Grovel. Grovel. Blinded by... Okay.
I'm just a humble servant. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
I'm still trying to find my heart. I lost it a long time ago. Oh yeah, I think you have to walk through here, don't you? Oof, ow.
Yeah.
Yes.
My feet. I was saying something, I forgot what it was. That's kind of the unfortunate part about streaming sometimes is, at least for me, it can get kind of hectic.
Don't forget those chests on the left. I think I always forget them, and then I'm missing a key.
Ouch.
At least I think I'm right about that.
I think you are as well, actually. Hopefully this stop sign is not as strong as the first stop sign.
You should be able to take him now.
I'm guessing that they're statted differently anyway.
It should be, at this point.
Well, actually, no, because I've gained a bunch of levels, so yeah, it should be... I'm guessing that was the intention there.
Have you level up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not supposed to fight that guy right away. I never changed it once I noticed, but I hadn't really counted on players walking to that point to fight the stop sign that early in the game.
I think I did do it on my first playthrough. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to come
I
back to
forgot
this
the
later.
stop sign was there, because every time I would play through, I would just go where I was supposed to go. Which is why you can't test anything by yourself.
Right.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yo,
Hey.
how's
Cheryl?
YiiKing?
We YiiKing. We YiiKing in here.
Nice, nice.
So, Cheryl, why don't you introduce yourself? I think this is the first time you showed up on stream.
It is.
At least for this playthrough.
Hello, I am Cheryl Stelly. I am a freelance video game composer and game designer. I pronounce her she, her, and I've worked on music for YiiK 1.25 and also helped beta test it. And other things.
Yeah, she's been a part of the YiiK Discord community for a long time, as well as me and a lot of other people. It's a pretty fun community.
Yeah, it was cool having Cheryl does all these awesome Y2K mashups. So when we did more music for the game, I was very excited that she was willing to do an arrangement for it.
Yeah, I was excited to do an arrangement for it. The YiiK OST is one of my favorites, so it's good to be a part of like a collection of music that inspired my own as much as it did.
Heck yeah.
LT. Oh, damn it.
So fill me in on what I missed.
What have you missed? So far, not a ton this time around. We did talk about the medium earlier, and Valheim. We kind of just been hanging out. That's sort of the nature of this stream. We just kind of hang out, talk to Ackk fans.
Seems like we're at the Mount Town Cave.
Right. So halfway, a little over halfway, I think. Can't really remember.
Yeah, I guess it is over halfway because like chapter 5 and 6 are the shortest ones. Well, shortest, depending on how much you do in chapter 5.
Wait, is this gonna work? Yeah.
I really like the dungeons in this game.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
That's one of my favorite things, honestly, about the game is just, I kind of hate to keep invoking Earthbound here, but like it was just such a unique looking game, and this is also a very unique looking game in its own right.
Oh
And
yeah, like I've seen a lot of low poly games, but like none that look quite like YiiK. I can't remember whether it was Andrew or Brian, but I know one of them described it as 3D pixel art at some point, and I think that's a really good way to describe it.
Yeah, that was the sort of like prompt that we used in the beginning. That was like our stated objective for how we wanted it to feel.
Well, you did a good job.
I would say it was less 3D modeling and more drawing with polygons at certain points, especially with character spaces and stuff.
But yeah, like I think like my favorite things like in this game is exploring like the world. Like the story is really cool, and I really like how it's kind of abstract and that kind of stuff. But like everyone always talks about the story in this game. I don't think enough people talk about like the world. Because it's equally as fascinating in my opinion. Just like exploring all the places on the overworld, and like it kind of invokes that childhood sense of like, okay, what is this place? Like when you go to Easton University, you can't get back there, but it makes you wonder what is inside the university. Stuff like that.
That was something that I always found cool about N64 and PS1 games, was just kind of imagining what, like, when I would play Ocarina of Time, I would always picture what was beyond the sort of like border wall around the game's world.
like boundary breaking kind of stuff.
Well, but more in like my imagination, like what would exist outside this game's world, especially if it's a game that I knew really well.
I think I see what you're saying.
Oh,
yeah, like it was like I like the Own It stage in Smash Brothers. I love pausing it and rotating the camera. And I was, as a kid, I would always picture that there was the rest of the game's world, like just beyond what you can actually see. And obviously, I knew that wasn't true, but it was nice to imagine.
There's
and that's like part of the reason I think I was so like drawn to the what was it? The scrapped Alex Mountain radio tower area that I found, because it like. The quality of the map, like aside, and what people thought of it aside, it just looked like more YiiK to explore, and I mean, that's pretty much what I was hoping for the most in anything.
You know, it's
Why would you go there first, JT? You have to go to the. I guess you could save there, but you have to go to the little dungeon. It's off to the side.
Oh yeah, you need a dungeon key first.
Ah, okay. And to answer your question as to why is because it's been forever since I played. I'm just exploring.
I see a lot of people go to that first, which is there's
Excuse me.
something I recommended to help kind of alleviate that issue in the future.
Well, a couple of things. So, Robin says a few things here. This was a little while ago. Cheryl, that's my favorite girl. So there you go.
I can't see that message in chat. It's not. I apparently don't have enough far enough chat rewind. So I'm gonna take JT's word for it and say thank you. I'm very flattered.
And Robin also says it's better to invoke Earthbound than Undertale. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Undertale has some
I
really
think-
good music. I will definitely say that.
I
and
will
it's a
say
pretty
there
good story.
was no Undertale when we made the game, so
Absolutely.
That is
yeah.
also true.
it didn't exist.
But I think there are things that that like are good, like that you can take inspiration from in Undertale, but you can't really take inspiration from Earthbound.
Absolutely.
So I think each one has their ups and downs that you can like be inspired by, and I really like seeing indie games that are unique enough to do that.
I feel like even if something is, if something is like recognized as bad or has like something bad about it, like even if it's like if everyone agrees and it's objective and it's like it's like actually just bad, there's still something you can take from it,
No, absolutely. And like, I don't know how
Oh, this
hot of a
song.
take this is,
It's my
but I
jam.
think that I just woke up, so like I'm out of words.
Don't feel
I
too
feel
bad. I've been pretty tired all day too.
But,
I'm doing my best here. Trust me.
But yeah, I think like the more flawed, like if a game was perfect in every way, then I think it would be boring. I think like a game that you can really love but still acknowledge has a little or even a lot of flaws, I think makes it more likable as a game. Like, I often like say, like YiiK is the obvious example because, like, obviously, I love YiiK to death. I still think it has some pretty severe flaws, but like that's okay, and that makes me like it more because it makes the game feel more natural.
Well, I think you even see that in the more mainstream stuff, like with the Madden games and like Assassin's Creed. Is like you don't see people posting, "Oh, everything is working. Everything is working. This game is really cool." They always post when something doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and they're like, "This is amazing. This isn't working the way it's supposed to,"
Well, I would.
Yeah, there's equally as much fun in breaking games as there is in playing it, quite honestly.
I would say one developer who's got some really interesting but definitely flawed games would be like Suda51.
Oh, I have not played any of his works yet. I've really been meaning to.
Check out
the guy that made
Killer
No More
7.
Heroes, right?
No More Heroes, but check out before that Killer 7, because No More Heroes was like the more polished, sort of ironed out. It follows more of a formula that they knew worked at the time, whereas Killer 7 there's nothing like it.
Experimenting with that.
There's nothing like it. Yeah.
I will have to give that a check. What's it on?
It's on PC.
On a few things, I think
Okay.
now.
I really wish they would just port all of Suda 51's games to the Switch. It would be really
Suda 51 collection, baby. Let's make it happen.
nice. I keep thinking about how I want to play
That'd be cool.
Killer Instead and Killer 7, and I'm like, just put them on the Switch so I can play them. Or like Silver Case. I know that they released that on the PlayStation Store. It's like,
Did they?
No,
Didn't know that.
yeah, it's like I just wanna play it on the Switch. Please.
Speaking of the Switch, man, that I may have already said it in one of these streams, but you can't say it enough. That console is just such a blessing. That thing is great.
Oh, it's so good.
I could lay in bed and play full console games without like streaming it and having any latency. Like, come on.
I got Phoenix Rising last night simply because it was for sale on the Switch. I was like, yep, that's me. I'm grabbing that. 35 bucks. Let's go. I'll get around to it eventually.
Outer Wilds is coming to the Switch. I wanted to play that so bad.
Outer
I
Wilds.
have a
that
friend
game was pretty
who
interesting.
loves that game, and I'm really excited to play it.
I guess to what we were saying earlier, Robin says prior to Fallout 76, everyone thought Bethesda's bugs were charming, except for me, not me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bethesda's game design is just really not my kind of thing. And then on top of it, you have the and I just fell through the world. Or
Well, I'll never forget this one time I was playing Fallout 3, and there's these things called blowflies or something. They're real big fly things that you can just run into. And I killed one.
Oh, I have a fun video game bug story.
Okay.
And this is actually one that came when I was working on my own game, when I was developing Spiral Flame. This was very early in development.
Once you,
So at one point,
if you
I
want to,
had
you can talk about it.
planned.
If you want to, you can plug your game after you're.
I'll do that later on. But no, this was very early in development. So the story, I was still like ironing out the basics of the story.
Hey.
And originally, there would be a point in Chapter 2 where your party would split up, and you would join forces with a temporary party member for that chapter named Mint, and she was her like color palette was going to be based off of like mint chocolate chip.
Right.
And she's still around. She's still in the game, but has a different role. But originally, she was going to be a side character that joins you in Chapter 2. However, she got scrapped from being a playable character very early on in development and was reduced to a minor story role. Sorry, Mint. But she somehow managed to like stick around, as in like sometimes, very occasionally, there would be a bug where certain actor data, like character data in the game, would be replaced with Mint for no reason, even though I deleted hers.
I forget they're
So
called
it became
actors.
this, like, it became this like a long-running joke in my friend group that Mint is haunting me for removing her as a playable character, and she
that's
still
kinda-
pops up to this day.
Those kind of bugs are the worst.
You should keep it
they're
as a
nightmare
feature.
to figure out, but they're funny as hell because like occasionally I'll load up a really old save file and I'll be like, wait, why is this character's name Mint and their health unusually high?
do you have anything like that when you were working on YiiK, Brian?
Not like that. I had more of the Bethesda problem where characters would just fall through the floor.
Yeah.
That was a
good
bad one.
stuff.
Oh yeah, because collision is a whole other nightmare to figure out when you're doing 3D dev, isn't it?
For the amount of damage taken by
Yeah.
delivery.
It turns out it was like this Unity bug where you can't move an object that has a collider on it unless it also has a rigid body on it that's kinematic, and they don't tell you that anywhere in the documentation.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I love
Unity.
things like that.
So if anyone's a Unity developer, might
I'm
wanna-
learning Unity in university in a few months, but I don't know anything about it now. I'm excited to see what it's all about because I hear it's a very good game engine.
yeah, it's not bad.
Oh man, let's see if I can still
Excited
do
to take my YiiK modding to the next level.
I would never want to make a 2D game in Unity, but I do
Oh yeah,
like.
definitely not. There was a period where I was considering making Spiral Flame in Unity, but like Unity is such a horrible engine for pixel art 2D games.
this. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
Game
Because, like-
Maker's decent.
Oh yeah, Game Maker is definitely is up there. I ended up using RPG Maker MC just because like I don't know, I'm familiar with RPG Maker, I've been using it for years, and also I have a friend who's like a full-time JavaScript programmer, so I can pretty much do anything I want with the engine.
Yeah, RPG Maker was cool.
RPG
Just,
Maker is awesome.
I do want to say I really like the nice touch there with Claudio when he used Bushido. He goes, "San ni ichi." That's great. That's amazing because he's like the anime nerd of the group.
Yeah.
Like it's such a nice touch, and
I
I
love
personally
Claudio.
appreciate
He's
it.
so
You know,
fun.
having lived there and everything is it's nice attention to
Can
detail.
we get more like nerdy Claudio moments in 1.5 HD?
You're gonna get a lot of Claudio moments in 1.5. Claudio has 3 whole new scenes,
Oh hell yes!
and so
Now
does
you're speaking my language.
Yeah, so we've done I
I
wrote
can't wait for people to see what we've got.
yeah, it's pretty cool. We've it's definitely the best stuff in the game, and it's really exciting because a lot of things that we didn't get to fully wrap up, we're wrapping up now, and characters who people wanted more of now really get the spotlight.
Yeah, based on what you've told me, it like looks rad as hell. Quite
Yeah,
honestly.
and characters they didn't know they wanted more of. They're gonna...
Yes, give us more Alex moments to make people mad.
That is to say, any
That's
future
not what I'm
projects.
saying.
For any
We're
future
getting
projects.
more moments from our favorite NPCs, such as the green-haired girl,
I wish.
white T-shirt guy.
Introducing the all-new mode, Deviation Perspective
thing has a
mode,
lot
where
of
every model in the game is replaced with Chad.
Let's go through the life of the guy with the hook hands.
You gotta find out what the accident was that led to that tragedy. Who's gonna go
Ruined his
pro?
entire football career.
Please die.
Yeah, so that-
This-
Actually, Hellkrai has read some of Y2K 1.5.
Look out for number 1.
Okay.
I believe I have 2. You've sent me snippets of it.
Snippets, yeah. I think though everything you had read had been heavily revised, that it might be unrecognizable now.
The
But
mimic is
I-
dead. The true the true treasure is friendship. That's great.
Oh yeah, the battle attack lines in this game are something else.
Eco master mode.
Honestly, like, people say this game, like, I've seen people, like, criticize this game for taking itself too seriously, and I'm like, have you played the game?
It
The
definitely.
Like,
only
this
thing
game-
that takes itself seriously about Y2K is Alex. It is the only thing that is serious in this game.
That's the best
And
part.
even that is like I'm hesitant to say this because it's really easy to dismiss this, but like you know, Alex is he's meant to be read satirically. You're supposed to understand that he's extremely self-important, and the reason he talks the way he does is because he thinks this is how a main character would think about their life, and you know, that's why there's this juxtaposition of everything else just being like very silly. Like the game's objectively silly. I think. I don't know.
Sorta, kinda. Honestly, I would say so.
Man, I'm just so cool. And me and my dramatic life.
Alex is unironically hilarious. He's like just such a bumbling dumbass in so many ways that like I can't not crack up just watching everything he does. He's just like,
Yeah,
he's like that one guy who like makes everything dramatic except for the fact that like he's just making himself look like an idiot in the process.
Yeah, like I don't understand how some people like. It was also the same case with the main character Neo Yokio, where like everybody's annoyed by him, and I'm like, yeah, but isn't that just really funny? Like,
Voice
how
says,
serious he
"What up,
makes
gamers?"
This might not shock anyone, but I love Neo Yokio.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is the shit.
and it's
I
like,
don't know what that is.
It's a
isn't it
Netflix
just
show.
funny how he's super over dramatic about everything? Like,
Neo Yokio is basically if the first season of JoJo was a critique of late stage capitalism starring Jason.
Oh,
That's what
Jaden
Neo
Smith.
now I'm curious.
And it's on Netflix, and it's written by the lead singer of Vampire Weekend, and it's not an anime at all because it's like just this American cartoon.
well, it was the storyboards were done by Studio Dean, and there's
Hey, that might count as an
storyboard-
anime.
Other than
Well,
that,
no, pre-production was done by Dean.
Wait a minute.
Some storyboards were done by the one for a couple of episodes. It was done by the storyboard director of Ranma,
oh, cool.
And then it was all animated by Studio Moai, the Korean studio that does like Avatar.
That makes sense now that you say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I think it's slightly more anime than Avatar is. So
I would agree with that.
I would
It
agree
is
with that.
definitely.
On
I
the
mean, it
one or two
it has
episodes.
actual
so-
as
Japanese
if
staff on
anime
it.
like is a thing that isn't just animation. So
Can we get a new mode in YiiK 1.5 where it's just like forces the game into ladder cam at all times?
oh,
Actually wait, no, I think you can already do that by like glitching out the game using ladder storage in Bella's Mine Dungeon.
there's another hole you have to fall through. I don't like hearing that.
There's another hole I have to. Oh, it's probably under. Yeah. Duh. Yeah.
I mean, Brian, that just makes me like the game more. Like I said, like glitches like that are unironically like amazing in games.
Yeah, but what if somebody
like
runs into it?
Did you
it would
say,
be
wait,
like part of what makes it even better is that if I recall correctly, if you like go to
The two
if you
rocks
like
that
go to
are
the
gonna
title
each
screen
other,
while
you need
stuck
to
in ladder
build them
cam
up
mode,
to
it'll
the wall.
replace the title screen with just like the ladder in the Unity void.
That makes sense.
Oh, there it
The
is.
two rocks right there.
Yeah, blow up that one and then yeah.
Come on. Get it. Why do you hate me, Dolly?
Might have to go up slightly. And then I don't think you're quite centered on it.
Come on.
It's way too picky for it to be good.
What is happening?
Just stand like slightly higher up on the platform. I think they are misaligned for some reason. There you go.
I'm gonna say, is
I'll have
it
to
me?
look at that for the next.
What have I done wrong?
Yeah,
I'll
we
have
should
to make it bigger in the 1.5 update. I keep meaning to. I think it's on my to-do list, but then I keep forgetting to like.
One thing
look at
I've
that.
actually been wondering about 1.5 is how, like, you guys balanced it, because it is New Game Plus content, if I recall correctly. And, like, New Game Plus can, like, have you ranging from anywhere between level 50 to 70.
We have a pretty clever way of dealing with it, is all I will say.
I believe you.
And it's not how anybody would think to deal with it.
If it's, like, if it's based on what Angie just told me, then I kind of get what you mean. But, I am curious to see how you do it.
I don't think I know what you've heard, but yeah.
I don't. Okay, if you answered me earlier, JT, what'd you say, Robin? Sorry. And Lost in the Void.
Oh, Robin
says,
wants to jump to voice. I can add Robin.
Yeah, sure. We might have to cap it there, though. We can't have too many voices overlapping each other, unfortunately. I'm
We
sure.
just need someone has to hold the talk stick.
Yeah, Cheryl's doing a great job of that.
Doing a great job of what? I'm just
Holding the talk stick.
I'm just playing Hollow Knight.
Wow, and a multitasker. Impressive.
Yeah, if you hear me just like scream out of the blue, I'm just playing Pantheon Horror and Hollow Knight.
Dying, yeah.
I cannot add you, Robin, because you're not accepting friend requests or something.
Got him.
Is there a
Wow, antisocial.
fountain somewhere? Can this pink stuff kill me?
No, it can only
No,
bring.
it can't actually kill you.
I don't know. There's something so hilarious about like RPGs where poison tiles can like actually kill you.
Hilariously
I think like
evil.
early Dragon Quest games do that, maybe even later Dragon Quest games. But I know for sure Dragon Quest 1 does that.
I'm
And,
Yeah, some games can kill you, some they don't. You never know what it's gonna be when you step on one.
What's your guys'
So,
favorite
Brian-
Pokemon
Thing is-
adventure?
Is it actually possible to die when not in a battle in Y2K? Like,
It is no longer possible to die when not in a battle in
okay,
Y2K.
that's what I thought.
It used to be a feature, and it was terrible.
To
The thing
answer,
is, I think at one point I managed to like bug the game out. I don't remember how I did it. Probably with some sort of save editing. So don't like look into it too much. It was probably just me like fucking around with stuff. But I know at one point I managed to get a game over on the overworld. And I hit like the continue button and it just loaded me into a blank battle.
Nice.
That looked like a secret, so I just kind of went for it. Lost on the Void says, "What's your guys' favorite book about adventure? This definitely has nothing to do with my new project. Please God, I need research material." I
Book
would
about
say D&D.
adventure. Like Lord of the Rings.
I haven't read a lot of books, but God, no, like, I actually haven't read a lot of books. Like, the last major book series I remember reading was Harry Potter, and, like, that says a lot because I have, like, refused to touch anything J.K. Rowling has made for, like, years.
As you should.
Harry Potter's
Yeah.
pretty good, though.
I think favorite book about adventure. I mean, like obviously, The Lord of the Rings is probably the best one, but like something more contemporary and like.
I've been really
You know-
enjoying. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say is the book is. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I'm not interested in what I'm about to say. So please go on.
Lord of the Flies. That's good.
Is it controversial?
Do visual novels count for this?
Sure, I guess.
Well, that
Alright,
changes the question.
Play
As long-
Chaos Child, that's all I'll say.
As long as it's about adventure, anyway. I guess.
Okay, what qualifies as adventure?
That's a good question, because a lot of adventure is just a lot of really awful hardships.
I suppose so. This is an adventure.
Good.
I would
'Cause,
say,
like-
I would say adventure probably. You know, if we can maybe define the definition here, just based on my experience, I would
Define the
say.
definition.
Yes, if we can definition the definition here, I'd say I don't know, a story where you have to leave your comfort zone and endure hardships. Typically a way.
You know, I got one. Brave Story by Miyuki Miyabi.
What was it called?
That is Brave Story by Miyuki Miyabi. It's
Brave.
it's pretty BRAVE story.
Oh yeah, that used to be really popular, and I never read it.
It's very sad, but it's
Brave
it's
Story.
That's, I
very
think that's why I
magical.
never read it. I think I heard it was sad. I'm like, nah.
There was a book I remember reading. I don't remember what it was called. Oh God, it was about a train. It was about a train.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
No, it was not that.
Was it the one the I know I can. Okay, I'm done.
No.
Cannot remember that one.
The Boundless. The Boundless. That's what it was. I don't remember anything about it, but like that was the last book I remember reading. It was about a train and something happened on it. That's really all I remember.
I think the last book I read was like it was a two-part thing that was like combined where every chapter was written by somebody else. Like it was two different people, and one of them was like a recollection of forming Bad Religion, the band, from the lead singer. And then the other one was like this kind of like thesis on atheism. And I'm like, okay, well, this is one of these is really cool. The other one is just kind of like there.
That reminds me, I did a project with a friend once where we made a album of music, but like we each we both worked on every song. But I would make the first 30 seconds and she would make the second 30 seconds without any knowledge of what the other was making. And it ended up just being this genre mismatch horror show.
That's wild.
Let me see if I can find it. It's on her side Bandcamp.
That is actually something me and a bunch of other online friends tried to do as well, but we would basically just record our part of the song and then put it together. And yeah, it didn't really work out.
Where should I put this? Should I just like drop the link to this in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, that's fine.
Probably.
There you go.
That'd definitely be the best place to put that, I think.
Yeah, and like the theme of the album we end up going with was like because the whole thing of this Bandcamp is like it's making fun of like corporate music. So that the thing we went with was it was like a really bad app trying to match like music together like Shazam. So we just called it Smart Song Finder.
Oh, okay, so this was the album that it was just a bunch of. So how does that work? Do you hear like at least a little bit of the other person's notes, or not at all?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Do you
So,
know this is the key or like the meter? Like, is there any prompt?
No. So we basically just said, I'll make the first 30 seconds, you make the second 30 seconds. No connection with what each other is making, and then we put them together, and that is what the album is.
Wow.
It kind of reminds me of that art technique called exquisite corpse, where someone just keeps adding to a drawing. I forget how it works, but
I think I might actually have chat logs of when I was working with it.
That was me the other day.
I think you like fold a piece of paper and then you like hide like what was drawn previously.
Yeah.
Sounds like the music version of that.
But yeah, I love weird experimental music projects like that. Really weird experimental projects like that in anything, not just music.
Trying to imagine doing that and ever being like happy with the result, like, it's so interesting.
I mean, we were happy with the result. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure. But like, there's a way you could take it further. Like, so like, if do you know what sonata form is?
no, I do not.
So like in like old music, like classical music, there's a thing called sonata form, which is where you have the A theme and the B theme. So like, let's say that the first 30 seconds you wrote, and then the second 30 seconds your friend wrote would be the A theme and then the B theme. Those repeat, and then the next section is the development, which uses both parts. So like, you would take a little bit of A and B and mix them together, have them do battle, and then the next section after that would be what they call a recapitulation, which is like a you restate the original melodies so you know where you came from, and then there's like a coda at the end. So it would be interesting to have two different composers write the two different subjects for like the exposition of a sonata form. That would be kind of cool.
That
Yeah.
does sound interesting.
I've heard a lot of music that does. I feel like the genre of music I listen to the most does a lot of things like that, where because they want to combine like the idea of like DIY punk, and then they go, yo, and then we have the twinklecore fun thing, and then we have to go back and forth between it, you know, to try to make it cohesive.
What is Twinkle Core?
It's you would know exactly what I'm talking about when you heard it.
Did I hear that right? Twinkle Core?
Literally the
What did I come back
Kinsella.
to?
Whoa. Oh, and we got another guest. We got Robin, maker of things.
Maker of
Hi.
things and stuff.
I
Hi,
also
Rob.
make things. We have so
Yeah.
much in common.
I'm dumb.
Yeah, the maker of things. I just,
Oh wait, no, that was right.
I don't know. I just kind of thought of it one day, and then, like a month after I came up with the name, I started listening to Tyler the Creator, and I was like, God damn it, people are gonna.
Oh, so Robin, maker of things, makes sense.
What do I make? Everything. That's why it's not just maker of comments or maker of videos or whatever. It's just maker of things in general.
Things and stuff.
Jack of all trades.
Honestly,
Master of.
I can relate to
absolutely
that. I can relate to that.
nothing. Thanks.
I'm also making things here and there for reasons.
I should be making a thing right now, but something I realized something that I have to do in it that like just put me off from wanting to do it today.
I have been meaning to work on this idea I had for Spiral Flame at work since yesterday, and I haven't done it yet.
Oh, well, I'm
Damn.
supposed to be writing my review for this
Thanks.
game actually, and then I thought about it, and I was like thinking about like at work, just because I think about things that are not work related when I'm at work, because that's productive.
Think about things, you make things.
Yeah,
Things.
a lot of things going on.
Next we will reveal that Robin was the thing all along.
You ever dabble in stuff?
Yeah, never mess with stuff. That's satanic.
Yeah,
There-
no,
there-
stuff is a little bit
It's too
tricky.
much.
It's outside of my area. It's mostly just things for me.
I'm disappointed by the lack of stuff in these.
I usually like the
conversations.
things and the stuff, but you know.
This
Well, you know,
sounds like
stuff,
bad
stuff
Snoop
takes a lot more. So it's a lot more complex and a lot more time.
We're writing the next Dr. Seuss book here.
Blue eggs and ham? Yellow? Orange?
Red.
How to beat your wife 101.
Oh.
No, that was that one MP. God dang it. This fucking thing.
Oh, the stream's a little delayed.
Yeah, I was delayed on the stream. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You notice I didn't go. Wait, not that.
If you were a real YiiK gamer, you would memorize where every mimic is.
Indira Blesson says, why are stripes such a common part of the cast's outfits? I don't know.
I think it's because it was easy to make stripes because of the way the game is textured, where entire sections of polygons are just assigned a color.
Makes
Yeah,
it easier to notice
I've
them,
been
too.
I always thought it was just because like stripes are a really common design and like.
They also
actual
are a very
clothing.
common design, especially in 90s clothing.
Yeah, and like the whole thing with this this game's characters is that they're supposed to like be normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which actually was challenging itself for some of the designs, I would
The
say.
only like really unique outfit that I think doesn't fit in with like the norm is probably Chandra's outfit. That's just because I've never seen that kind of outfit.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that, but also Chandra's outfit kicks ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not dissing it. Like, it's a really good outfit that suits her character. I'm just saying that it like is very different
Oh,
from
God.
the rest of the cast.
Okay, I was gonna say, I've never done that one.
I don't disagree.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I don't know
I
what you
do.
said.
I do think the technique you use to like define the characters, where you have all these polygons and they're individually colored to make something, is a lot more impressive than texture work because a lot more thought has to go into it.
No, yeah, I like one of like someone I know. I wouldn't say they're a friend because I barely talk to them, but like someone I have talked to was like, I made a better Alex model in the game itself, and I'm just looking at them and like, they just put Alex's face texture over Alex's face, and I'm just like, no. They're like, no, you're missing the point.
Yeah, we could have done that.
Yeah, I've seen some redesigns of these characters that aren't too great.
I'd say the unfortunate thing about the game is that I modeled the cast first, and by the time I got towards the like end of making the game, I could definitely have done a lot better of a job, but all the artwork and stuff was based on them, so I kind of had to.
From what we can tell, it seems like 1.5 is going to have a lot of brand new stuff, so it
Yes.
might be good hints.
Yeah, I think that where I can push it with while still staying in the same like art style, I think
Look, I think it's safe to
people
say
can see how far it can be pushed. I would say.
What was it, Andrew?
I was just gonna say that I think it's safe to say that there's actually a lot of new characters in 1.5.
Really?
Oh, jeez.
There's
Yeah,
a lot.
Well, are they really new, or have we kind of already met them?
Some of
Don't.
them you've already met.
Hellkrai, don't breach it.
That's well, I mean, that's the reality of YiiK. It's like, you know,
Whoa!
everyone you
But even is reality.
I just did a ton of damage with that.
Reality is an illusion of the
Hellkrai, what would you
universe
do without
by
me here constantly reminding you not to breach the non-disclosure agreement?
I would simply not breach the non-disclosure agreement.
He'd
I
have,
don't really buy that.
he'd probably have the creators of the game going, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You probably,
Hey, shut up! Hey!
Anyway, that's what I was saying.
Everything's a joke, nothing's real.
Everything You Know Is Wrong by Weird Al.
That's a great
Yes.
song.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, she got it right. Oh no.
I think probably there's a very specific date in April that I think people can look forward to seeing more Y2K 1.5 stuff.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, didn't you say you were like aiming for release? No, you said you're aiming for release in June, right?
I don't know what I said publicly about that, one way or the other, but I would just say look forward to April.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the
It's
first,
April
would it?
4th, 1999. Was it
Nope.
April 4th?
No comment.
It is,
Yeah, it's April 4th. I remember it's April 4th because it's my brother's birthday.
Your brother is Alex Eagleston.
No, he was born in 2004, so it doesn't count.
Dodged a bullet.
Give me the guts. I'll keep it being straight. What is that? Oh, that's yeah. That's
Okay,
funny.
Oh, that's where you get it. That's
Thanks.
probably one of the best weapons you can give Rory.
Because I'd rather not get it.
Yeah,
Dead.
like, when Hellkrai and I are like talking about stuff relating to like searching for secrets in this game, and I'm always like, okay, so this side quest you think is like weird. Have you done the side quest? He's just like, no.
No.
But it's weird.
For the YiiK lore master, you've surprisingly played less of the game than I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's weird.
it's I focused on a different aspect than other people did.
To be fair, I feel like you've probably spent the most time in Onism out of anyone who's ever touched this game.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that.
Should we put them in the
I'll like-
YiiKGang?
I wish the game had forced you to check Onism. Like, I wish we had, when I first wrote it, I had made it so, like, you had to check in with it more frequently. Because a lot of people just miss it. And I think that's a design flaw.
Onism is, to be fair, Onism is massive. Like, there is a lot to unpack there.
I think what I did at
I
the,
love it.
I think when I first played it, I sort of thought it was just sort of this like side quest outlet, so I just left it alone until the calendar bit where you had the train, and then I did all that stuff, and I come to find out it's not exactly that. I mean, it sort of is, but it's not as well.
It's mostly not. It's mostly, like,
In a way,
It's mostly a
it is
storytelling device, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it's mostly like a lore thing.
Like it's kind of flavor text, but it's only kind of flavor text if you don't care about the story.
Yeah, like I mean, I think one of the things like I didn't notice this until like my third playthrough when I was like just like recording stuff for like the video that I'm doing, and I was like, hang on a second, this is like the second chapter, and that person that's mentioned in that Onism post is one of the people in the mine dungeon of Essentia.
1 second, I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn Robin up a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, am I just too quiet?
Yeah.
It's probably because I'm depressed and don't know how to talk.
That would explain why your picture is Rory with a beard.
I forgot I did that. It used to be like a zoomed in picture of Alex from the new cutscene where he has like this like look on his face.
Oh yeah, the what the hell is going on here?
That one. I love that face so much. It's just so fucking hilarious every time I see it.
It's such an Alex face. Like,
It is, though.
Him
That's
so well.
Yeah, Bella, what
Like
the
I
hell is
remember
going
like the reveal party in the YiiK server for the first deviation perspective, and
Yeah.
and like the entire time I was just like marveling at how like expressive the faces were.
Yeah.
Like it's more like than anything I've ever seen in this game, other than maybe the old bus intro.
We've
Or like Panda's scene.
So we've pushed that further, and in 1.5, the new story content, they're going to be even more expressive.
I believe you. I believe you, and I'm so excited.
Did you get to see the cutscene, Cheryl and Robin?
Which
The alpaca one?
we had when
Yeah.
it was first done. Andrew sent it to me, and I premiered it like in a stream in the YiiK server.
Oh,
I didn't see it there. I actually played it in the game, and like I was I was completely not expecting it at all. I was just taken aback. I think like in the recording, I physically like stop when the battle kicks in because I just don't know what to do.
That cutscene really added a lot of how do I put it? Kind of added a lot of pizzazz, but it made the story. It made it seem like what was going on was a lot more epic, which I know maybe it sounds a little silly,
like,
but
it still has a bit too much of a comedic tone. And like, while I would agree with that, I think it still kind of fits it.
Yeah, I think it fits the game. Like it's like
Yeah.
I agree. It is kind of comedic. Like it is a little fucking hilarious that this random alpaca with like angel wings and like the fucking that one guy from Berserk sword that's like half taped together.
Guts.
Yeah, that guy. I don't know. I haven't read Berserk.
But the story. I mean, like behind the scenes, everything that's going on is like a really big deal. So when you see that cutscene, it makes it feel like this game is, got some big deal stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I think it was again, you guys did a great job on that, and I'm really glad you added it. I really appreciated it.
It makes me so excited for everyone to see the 1.5 stuff because it's all at that level of hype and higher.
That's awesome.
I have to pop out for a sec. I'll be back in like less than a minute.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh, the story. Yeah. Thanks, Lost in the Void, for mentioning that. I love that story. I have to reread it again at some point because I need to cover the 1.25 stuff in my review as well.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of details in there that a lot of people haven't picked up on.
Yeah, I know. But like, I really like William in that, just because like, yeah, William seems like a pretty interesting character, and he like I like characters that like seem like a pathetic person, which is why I like Alex so much. And William gives off a lot more pathetic vibes than like Alex does, for me at least.
I was
in some ways.
Is this
I was
the
telling Andrew
1.5 thing?
Yeah.
I have yet to get around to reading it.
I was telling Andrew when I first read it, I was like, this just sounds like an indie movie. Like,
yeah, it kind of does.
Like, it has mad. Like, I always use 500 Days of Summer as like a comparison to like what YiiK's story is about.
What is that?
Because like it's something a lot of people have seen. 500 Days of Summer, the movie.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel play the leads.
Okay.
And the whole movie is like this love story gone wrong thing.
Now that you say that, I think I saw a trailer for it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it does ring a bell now that you say that.
It's a pretty good movie. You should probably check it out.
If I ever have time. That's my issue, is time. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say that I think it's gonna be funny when I trick a bunch of people into reading a bunch of short stories for Y2K.
And then you're like, none of these have any meaning.
Snaker was right all along.
That interpretation of the game is incorrect.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm open to there being other interpretations other than what I meant, but that's an incorrect read of the game.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
I missed it.
I have seen like people talk about plot holes in this game, and while like I feel like about
me? The whole game is a
80%
plot
of
hole.
the thing people
It's
call
about plot holes.
holes are just left vague intentionally for you to like piece together
It's
on
like-
yourself.
Yeah. It's
It's
about reality breaking down. That's what this whole game is about.
God, it's like I said the other day in like the voice chat I was in with Andrew, where I said I like ranted about like people using like show not tell as like a criticism. It's the same thing with plot holes. Doug Walker fucking ruined it for everyone.
Holes, more like plot hole.
Get out.
I don't know what that means.
I think a
It's-
lot of people
it's Doug
confuse
Walker said, I think.
a lot of people mistake a plot hole for something that's unresolved or is resolved in an unsatisfactory way.
Yeah.
Or I've even seen a lot of people, not with Y2K, because once again, I don't watch Y2K videos. But like people will do like essays about movies I've watched and claim that it's filled with plot holes, and I'm like, they definitely explain all of this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a plot hole is
Just
just something that
watching the
happens
movie.
out of the blue that isn't explained, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not dumb for thinking that, right?
Or it's like unfinished like story elements that are introduced
Yeah,
and just
or
never
like
follow
like
through
a
with.
like a deleted scene that got cut, so in the movie it's just like not explained at all, and it's sort of like a plot.
I've seen people like say that Hollow Knight has plot holes, and I'm like, I feel like you're kind of missing the intent of that game's story.
I don't know
I've
anything
yet to
about
beat
Hollow
it.
Knight.
I've yet to beat it.
I
but
feel like if something happened that's like unreasonable and can't be explained in the plot, then it's a plot hole. And then other times it's just not, get
Okay.
over it.
I'm just gonna put this out there for everyone watching this stream, everyone in this voice chat, everyone ever. Go play Hollow Knight, please. It is so good.
Okay.
Hollow Knight
so
is
good.
excellent. Hollow Knight
is-
is probably one of the best. It's probably one of the most polished and great feeling indie games.
I'm gonna go a step further and say it is one of the best video games ever made.
Okay, I'm gonna do this bit that I like to do in my Let's Plays. All right,
Okay.
I will play
Yeah.
it eventually.
Got it.
It took me like a year to playing it, and at first I didn't really like it because I wasn't really on board for like the whole kind of abstract storytelling. But like by the time like I finished the game, like I put double the amount of time it took me to beat the game into the game since then, just doing all the bonus content, and like I'm still not sick of the game. Like if you want a good, like if you want an indie game that will have you coming back to it like for dozens of hours, and that's very, very reasonably priced for that content, go play Hollow Knight. It's, oh my god,
I don't know.
I could gush about it all day.
I'll also
It
get
is
around to
very good.
it
I have not
eventually.
beaten it yet.
I have it
I
on my
still need to
Switch.
beat it.
I just I'm with him. I just haven't really gotten around to it. It sucks having 400 games and not having time to play any of them. Also,
Yeah.
there's Andrew's self-insert right there.
Yes! Yes, I'm glad we're keeping this joke going.
Wait, what?
Every time I get to this part, when I'm like streaming YiiK in a voice chat with friends, I'm just like, oh hey, there's Andrew's self-insert.
Oh, and you just point to the corpse in the background?
there was
I mean,
there's this
he
dumb
has a
thing where they
great
said that
attention
Alex
to-
was the self-insert because of like some cosplay, and then shortly after that on the Ackk Twitter he was like, no, this is my self-insert, and it was just that guy from like the title screen.
That's great.
Who is that guy? What does he mean? This is the greatest unsolved mystery of YiiK. Hellkrai, you got anything for us?
Well, isn't it the same model that's used in the Ascensor dungeon?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And it's
Oh,
also in
why
the
did
title
the-
screen.
The work is done for me. Like,
If I'm not mistaken, on the title
sometimes it's
screen
as
he has
simple
a
as that,
on the,
guys.
I think he has a crown on his head in the title screen, right? Am I mistaken on
I
that?
think so.
This is important.
For some reason, I don't know the answer to that.
Hold on, let me boot up.
You made the
King
game, how do you
Queen.
not know the answer?
No, then that just means that he's a stronger version of the guy that's in the.
Yeah, you got $1,000 for beating him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you guys, I guess you guys just don't know how YiiK works.
Yeah.
Hey Andrew, actually I have a question for Andrew and Brian.
Sup?
What's that?
Would you consider letting me take a shot at rebalancing the economy in YiiK? Because it's something I've considered doing multiple times because the money balance is kind of whack in this game right now.
I totally forgot that there was a ghost that sings Wonderwall in this game.
Because maybe
That's
you're
great.
gonna be the one that saves me. That's all I know.
I feel like part of the economy problem in YiiK is part of the narrative.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can see that, yeah. That's
The
why I haven't really,
economy,
like...
it's
taking it back,
1999 and the economy is terrible. Meanwhile,
Must be
Alex is walking
Y2K!
around- Yeah. Meanwhile, Alex is walking around with like 15K in his pocket.
Yeah. To be fair, it is a game where money grows on trees.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
wish.
And
I wish there were
hamburgers.
More of that.
And hamburgers.
honestly.
I DM'd Andrew, I think it was a few days ago, just saying like, oh, there's a screenshot of the YiiK server being down. I'm just like, must be Y2K. And like, an hour later, I get a response, and he just says, "What's Y2K?"
I've never heard of that.
Oh, that's
And
so
like, I completely forgot I sent the message. So like I just get a Discord notification like out of the blue from Andrew. It just says, "What's Y2K?" and I was so confused.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, the actual truth about the economy in Y2K is that Alex was one of the people on Wall Street Bets that bought into GameStop stock.
Bye.
A foolish investment. Dogecoin, on the other hand.
Oh god, that's a pump and dump scheme. Don't get me started on that.
Everything's a pump and dump scheme if you're brave enough.
Yeah, so's your
Not
mom.
country.
We can't get away from the crypto talk in here. We started it with crypto talk and we're gonna end it with crypto talk, I guess.
Jesus Christ, I missed the crypto talk because I was eating dinner.
We're talking about how Dogecoin is the best coin ever.
Oh
I
god.
will say that this scene you're in right here is actually very different in 1.5.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Does it have voices?
There are voices, yes, but it's
Yes.
very different.
Okay.
Did you make a deviation perspective for this?
Yes, I did.
What?
Andrew!
That's crazy.
Andrew!
Every
Can't keep
place,
getting away with this.
every place
can't
that
keep getting
felt like it needed a boss gets a deviation perspective.
I can't wait to see it.
Wait, the new bosses are part of the deviation perspective?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Andrew!
He's given
God.
all the bosses personality and style and flair.
Yes.
big swords.
Every new boss has dialogue and voice acting and like a proper pre and post boss cutscene.
Dude, the 1.25 Yuzu fight kicked my ass because I was not prepared for the heal bot.
oh,
I was like, what the fuck does this thing do? I'll just take it out, and then like it shut down, and I was like, why isn't it dead? And then like 5 turns later, it came back, and I was like, oh, fuck me.
I feel so evil for suggesting that, but I love it.
I have another funny Spiral Flame development story, sort of similar, but in Spiral Flame there is a mechanic where if a party member dies or gets knocked unconscious, basically gets to 0 HP, they will wake up after a few turns. Except the thing is, I didn't realize that applied to enemies as well, and yet I refuse to remove that because that's actually kind of a kick-ass game mechanic.
That's a feature.
Yeah,
I made it a feature.
that's your pig model on the wrong axis.
I love this song. I love most of the music in this game, to be honest.
I love all of the music in this game.
I can't really think of a
There's
song
only,
I
like,
don't like, to be honest. So yeah, I guess I like all of it.
Yeah,
Disco Battle.
I like
Disco Battle.
Okay,
Disco
to be
Battle.
fair,
is really
I do like Disco
I
Battle.
love
It's just-
I love
I've
Ska
heard it
Battle
so
too.
many times.
I love that there's just a
Ska Battle is
ska.
my favorite battle theme in the game.
Yeah.
Y'all better not be dissing Ska Battle. That's my favorite battle theme.
Ska Battle is pretty good. I like
Wait,
how
actually no. Another Super Battle is my
No.
favorite.
I think my
Stop that.
favorite song in the game is not Sammy's theme.
Not Sammy's theme. Don't use this stuff, Lab.
I actually think my favorite, at least battle theme, would have to be Battle of Pretense. I know everyone hates that, but it feels like a panic
People
attack
hate
in
that?
sound form. Yeah, people like before I had the soundtrack on Bandcamp, I would like look it up on YouTube, and like half the comments are like, "Wow, this song sounds terrible," and the other half are like, "Wow, this song is awesome."
Battle of Pretend, like, it also kicks ass.
Dude, Battle of Pretense is so good. It sounds like how a panic attack feels, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Is that the one with the flute in it?
The really high pitched flute, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the piccolo shit. Yeah, that was written during like a mad dash when we were trying to get the game into like a full beta, and I was like, oh, gotta write 4 battle themes real quick, and we were like, so I think it was probably I probably was having a panic attack when I wrote it.
Okay, so that makes sense then.
Invoke the panic attack.
Yeah, channeled it.
Well,
Panic at
it
the
worked.
Y2K.
Congratulations. You made a bunch of people with anxiety feel panic. Including me. Nah,
Whoa. Sorry about that.
unintended consequences.
There is a scene in Spiral Flame's second chapter, which I wrote very recently, actually, which I won't spoil because I actually like don't want to spoil my own game when it's not even out yet.
Again, feel free to say whatever you want.
I
It's on
keep waiting
you.
for the perfect opportunity. It will happen. It will happen.
It's in about 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
But like, I feel like I actually like write Spiral Flame's themes best when I'm actually like very emotionally vulnerable, because that game deals with a lot of themes, like really heavy themes of like mental illness and stuff. So like actually having myself in a space where I'm, having anxiety, like it actually lets me write anxiety attacks, like scenes like that better, and I think does a better job of portraying it. And that is all. Writing that scene is also the only time that in my entire like history making game developments that writing one of my own scenes has made me cry.
I can relate to that a little bit. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you think it was the music itself that made you cry? The act of getting what you were feeling into the music, like?
Oh no, by themes I meant like the narrative themes. I was writing the scene. I don't have the music for that scene made yet. Because I'm not quite sure how to go about doing it. I'm not good at writing like slower stuff. Andrew, if you have any tips, hit me up.
That's the one, all right.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna get you on the soundtrack for the game. I'll get back to you when budget is a thing.
We could do an exchange, like you do a track for 1.5, and I'll do a track for Spiral Flame, and we'll just call it even.
It's like an art trade, but with like not paying each other.
We're paying each other in art.
You see, this is how we used to barter, and
This is better than
This is how we bartered back in my day.
back in the day of chopping wood.
That's how his most famous paintings came about. Mona Lisa was actually a barter.
What was he bartering for?
He didn't paint it. Somebody else gave it to him.
Oh, and he just took credit for it?
And then the other
Okay.
adjusting painter also.
He's the original plagiarist.
Exactly.
Okay, he's the dungeon master.
That's what happened. They both traded art as a barter.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me or not.
She is.
Yeah.
She definitely is.
Is that Miss Allanson?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that came out of nowhere. I was like, wait, is Bridget here? What the?
Yeah, I was like, did someone else join the voice call?
Bridget would be a Miss Allanson.
She would be.
Yeah.
Well, the one with the ring on her finger.
The
one you married. The one you married.
Are you trying to imply that Sydney is not a real Allanson?
Oh my god.
Keeping who can and can't be an Allanson? Wow. This is what it's come to.
Yeah, sorry guys, I've come to reveal that I was actually the long lost Allanson the entire time. It adds up because Andrew's name starts with an A, Brian's name starts with a B, and my name starts with a C.
So, here's the wild thing. So, our other sister, Christina, starts with a C. So, there's the Allanson sisters, Christina, Cheryl, and Bridget, CCB.
Boom.
It's better than the alternative.
Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone here has seen this, and
Dolly is super cool.
anyone watching
Dolly
should
is
definitely
cool.
just buy the game and play. That's a really good idea.
Dude, I was so stoked when I found that record.
I'm about to get the at least used to be best weapon for Alex in the game. don't know about now,
Oh,
but
which
Yeah, until Robin ruined that.
thanks a
I mean,
lot.
yeah.
Thanks for making the game better, Robin.
Yeah, from to be honest, it wasn't. I like. Okay, I like. What is that?
Oh, somebody's
This is
music
weird.
is going on.
Okay, so like, I like to I like to brag to my friends about how I discovered a thing in a video game that they don't care about, but realistically, like. I was just the person who acted out what people were already implying that we should probably do at some point. Like, I would have never thought to sell like the broken record to the Boyne at all. I would have never even known how to get the broken record if I didn't just get it on accident after exploring.
And I mean, I don't think you
Factory Hotel.
couldn't even get into 1.5 because the trading quest was broken, wasn't it?
I
Well,
think it was.
what Andrew said was that there was a way to do it. And they just made it easy.
Okay.
I think we're getting pretty close to a stopping point here.
Yeah.
Alright, should I show my game now then?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
fine. Let me, I guess, get to that save point over there, and we'll just call this the check mark.
How do I show my game? I've never done this before.
Buy Cheryl's game or I'll break your legs.
You can put links in the Twitch or the Discord, and I can put them up on stream, like if they're like browser links or.
Alright, let me
what's
grab
the
the
deal?
itch page.
Is there like there's an itch page that'll work?
Is there a trailer that maybe we could watch?
There's a 15-second trailer I made just for release, but it's not great.
Well, you know,
I think that would be a good place to start.
it's whatever you want to show.
Anyway,
Hold
let me
up on stream.
find the release trailer I made for the game.
You gonna put it in chat or Discord? Doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Oh, I will put it in chat.
Okay. In that case, we can keep listening to Mountain Town.
Mount Town is probably one of the only tracks I don't like.
I have heard that a lot, so I've written something new for 1.5 for Mountain Town.
Okay.
Okay,
Isn't
yeah,
wait Mountain Town or the Mountain Town Cave?
Mountain
this
Town,
song.
not the
Okay.
cave
This
itself.
song. Yeah.
The Mountain Town Cave music is very similar to
Oh.
Bella's Mind Dungeon theme.
I missed this. Endurable San says, speaking of the soundtrack, Dolly's featured rather prominently. Was she originally part of the fighting cast, sort of like Koromaru from Persona 3? Cover artwork.
No, she was never part of the fighting cast. It just made sense if Panda was featured. That the other tool that you had at the time would also be featured.
Yeah, okay.
That
I
was,
also think
our-
that was also we also kind of just wanted to use all of our artwork to make a cooler image.
Gotta use
That's true,
everything you
too.
have, sort of. Yeah.
stack it all together.
One thing that's always interesting to me is I get a lot of emails asking us if we're going to patch the album art for Mystical Ultimate LP Legend. And that's something that's really
like they
interesting
think it's
to
a
me.
mistake or-
That they think it's like a mistake or just like a quick asset flip. But like there's actually some pretty strong lore implications if you think about why that would be the
Yeah.
album cover.
Anyway, I dropped the link to the trailer in the chat. It's not a great trailer. I just put it together like 2 hours before release, but I guess if you want something to go on, there's that.
Hold on.
Anyway, let me give an elevator pitch for my game.
Switching over now.
An elevator pitch, huh?
You like video games?
Hey kid, you like video?
I heard video games are pretty cool.
You did? I don't think video games are very cool at all.
It's
What
inspired by YiiK, I guess.
What-
I mean, it is.
What
but,
is
like,
the game
it's also
about,
inspired.
roundabout?
It is about a group of how do I describe this? Because the groups is all over the place. There is 1, 2, 3, like 3 teenagers, 1 adult, 2 adults, and 1 like middle, like someone in their 20s. I don't know what the. Can you tell I'm good at this?
Hey,
But
you got a bomb
it's
before you
about-
fly.
it's about it's about them coming to like understand this strange power that they have and how it links back to an old family like drama that happened centuries ago, and it ends up like blending that with this sort of theme about how our own, like, we can sometimes get ourselves trapped so far in our own delusions of self-hatred that we kind of hurt those around us in the process. And in thinking that we're not good enough, we inadvertently kind of worsen ourselves in that process, and how to overcome that and understand that, you know, it's okay to rely on others for help, and it's okay to have flaws.
Okay.
And there's also magic powers on the side, so
Nice.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm gonna play this trailer while I'm looking up another trailer. If it's okay, I actually would like to plug another guest that I'm probably gonna have after the Y2K stuff is over. And they're actually working on a pretty interesting game as well. So, and they're also indie.
all right.
So here is.
Keep in mind the game has changed a lot since this trailer. Like, the battle UI is different, the timed hit system is different, but the story remains largely the same.
And you know, if you want to drop the itch page as well, I'll go ahead and throw that up.
There's a YiiK reference in the trailer if you can catch it.
I like the style a lot, to be honest.
Thank you. It took a lot of time to get pinned down.
All right. I was kind of hoping I could find a
Terminal
trailer
montage
for this.
video if you
Okay,
don't
okay,
stop.
that's the whole name.
You're playing Terminal Montage's new video.
Look out.
Friggin'
So
autoplay,
let's
man.
go terminal montage.
I've played most of the Spiral Flame Chapter 1 demo, and yeah, it's really cool. There's a lot of really nice ideas in there. The game has a very strong atmosphere. There's things in it that I didn't realize you could do in RPG Maker, which is pretty rad. And yeah, it just has a vibe. So I think people should check it out.
Oh, they
I'll
might.
probably review it down the line if I ever finish this review. That is.
They may
Don't
not. have-
anticipate it anytime soon. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
no,
a long game, which means it's gonna take a long time.
yeah. No, that's
It's gonna
fine.
come
It's been
out.
in development for, I think, almost 2 years now. Almost 3 years now, and I'm still just finishing up chapter 2.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
a prediction right now about it. It's gonna come out 18 days before Deltarune Chapter 2.
Wait,
Quote me
like the
on that.
entire game or just chapter 2?
Chapter 2.
Okay.
No, I mean like of Spiral Flame.
Yeah, your entire game's gonna come out 18 days before Chapter 2 of Deltarune.
I feel pretty
All right.
pretty good about that.
Well,
prediction.
you know what? I gotta uphold that
That's a
now.
pretty good prediction.
All right.
Okay, can I-
This. and,
Put that on the
and,
block.
Can I just say something to like the reason why I stopped writing the script for today?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the
Say
reason
whatever
why
you
I
want.
stopped writing the script for my review today is because at work I was thinking about like all the stuff that I'm gonna have to write in it later, and specifically as I was like stocking shelves or whatever, I was thinking about like all of the shit that happened in 2019 that I'm gonna have to cover. And then I remembered that I will have to talk about Ian Miles Chong at some point, and I immediately, my whole life just ended at that moment.
No.
And then like, but it's okay because I thought of a really good joke where when I get to that point, it's just gonna cut to me screaming into my pillow for like 15 seconds.
Cannot relate, but I'm
Oh,
sure
God.
some people can.
What?
I don't. I hear that guy's name, and apparently nobody likes him. That's all I know about him. But,
He's okay. Here's what you need to know. He tried to SWAT people and get them killed multiple times.
Oh, okay. One of those guys. Cool. All right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
also made a video about YiiK that was called like Indie Game Triggers SJWs or something.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb.
All right. Well, I guess on the tail end here, I'm gonna promote my own shit here as well as other people's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is a game called Guilt the Deathless. It's It's by a studio called Outer Brain Games. They made a VR game called Organ Quarter, which is a very faithful and interesting sort of inspired game that's a lot like Silent Hill, except it's in VR. So it's terrifying. That was the only VR game I've beaten, and it's the last VR game I'll beat. That's a horror game.
Our world has become twisted.
This is the new game.
Oh wow, this looks cool. Wait, it's VR, but it's third person. How's that work?
No. The last game was. This is the new game.
Many dangers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
the
this looks
path
really cool.
is forever changing.
Yeah.
Make haste,
You think this
Threadbare.
time?
And the
Before
demo
our
is out,
world
by the
rots
way.
further.
Nice.
Yeah, and I actually had them on the Deck Talk podcast when that was a thing. I think you can still find it if you want to go and listen to that. It was mostly about Organ Quarter, but we did talk about Guilt a little bit. And I have played the demo, and it is actually really really neat. It's kind of like Diablo with a shmup and Dark Souls basically put together, as you can kind of see with the dodging and rolling there. But yeah, so with all that promotional stuff out of the way, yeah, look forward to Spiral Flame whenever that comes out. Look forward to the other stuff we showed off.
Certain close friends of mine get the Spiral Flame friend discount or deal, which means you basically get to play the game as I finish chapters instead of waiting for the entire game. So if anyone here wants in on that, let me know.
I guess since we have so many people on, and I keep forgetting to do this, this is the fourth time we're on. I keep forgetting to let my guests plug their stuff. So why don't you all go ahead and plug where people can find you if you want to, and your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just one at a time, not at once. Here.
I have 2 YouTube channels that I have to promote.
Say your name first, just in case people don't, they're just hearing a voice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Robin, the maker of things. I have 2 YouTube channels. One is my main channel, and the other is my Pokemon channel called Armot the Hex Maniac, because it's a funny meme.
Oh, that's why that's in your bio on Twitter.
Yeah, that's why I say I'm also a Hex Maniac. I think that's my Twitter. There's the Pokemon channel. Let me just get to
in
my
the Twitch chat there.
normal one. Yeah, it's
You can pretty much find everything I do. There are links to pretty much everything I make from my Twitter, which I just put in the chat. There's also a link to the Spiral Flame development account in my bio. So if you want to check out the stuff I make, you can do that there.
Here's my normal channel. The normal channel is going to be the one that I upload my Y2K review on.
I'll go subscribe to that. Well, I'm Hellkrai. I have great search engine optimization. If you look up Hellkrai anywhere, you can find everything that I do.
Nice.
I have a game I'm working on that I plan on having come out this year.
Okay,
but that's
cool.
about
I've seen previews and stuff, and it looks really good. I really like your art style, Hellkrai.
Yeah, let's just hope it comes out this year.
You'll have to show that to me after the stream's over.
Yeah.
And then of course, oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, Y2K is available on Game Pass. It's on Switch. It's on PS4. It's on Steam. It's on Humble. It's on Itch. It's on good old games. The 1.25 updates coming to Switch and PS4 very soon. That's all in the hands of our publisher at this point. But the Switch version hopefully should be coming, hopefully any day now.
There's also the YiiK vinyl coming out. Don't forget that.
Yes. So I would pay attention to the Yeti on Twitter for an announcement about that. And at Ackk Studios on Twitter, I have someone who runs it for us. But they always have things that sound like stuff that we would say. So it's a safe bet. We have the algorithm that pretends to be me and Brian. The AI.
Wait, that's not you guys?
We trained an AI on our personal development Slack, so it talks like us.
It's
Is
We
it
did
an,
it so we could one day
True.
be on the Lex Friedman podcast.
is it an
The
amiibo?
Essentia Ackk Studios version.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Did you train an
Essentia
amiibo through
does
Smash?
run on Atdos.
Do you guys think the Essentia can do you think the Essentia can run SimCity 2000?
At least.
Easily.
At least.
Yeah, at least.
Because there was a game. If you don't mind, can I plug one of my friend's games?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll just give some backstory first, though. One of his games, there's a robot character with a television monitor for a head, and one of my friends asked him what his specs were, and the response was he can run SimCity 2000, but he has to run it in 30 or in 16 color mode.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the link to his Twitter. Go check his games out. They're some of my favorites of all time.
Torch 60?
Yep.
Okay.
And
oh, go ahead.
no, I was.
Okay. And as always, you can find me on everything. I'm on YouTube, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. You can recently find me back on Twitter. I have to fix my handle, but I'm pretty sure if you type in JTB plus, you'll find it. You can find me on Gavin Parlor as well, because why not? Because it's advertising. That's about it, I think, as far as all my plugs and
Yeah,
stuff go.
you can
So.
find all my work in Y2K and other Ackk videos games.
And soon, hopefully soon, in Chromophore, or Two Brothers, the remake. I think it's a remake.
Yes, you can find my work again in that very soon.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we're gonna
Thank you for
sign
having
off.
me.
Laters.
I guess, real quick, we're hopefully gonna have our guest next week if Texas still isn't frozen over. Same time, gonna be Friday.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, don't say it. It's hopefully we're gonna have them, and it's gonna be Friday 7, just like tonight. And that schedule might shift depending on if we have guests and when they can make it. So just pay attention on Twitter. Till next time, later.